Okay. I'm gonna get this out of the way first. I'm okay. I know I mentioned towards the end of last week that I fell down the stairs. I'm okay for the most part. I went to the store earlier even and got dinner stuff, so I'm like okay for the most part. Still a bit of pain on the back because, a bruise and stuff, but whatever. But that's not what I want to talk about today. Today, I want to talk about One Piece. Because unlike last time, I didn't take a huge break in the middle of an arc. Let me just pull up the episode counts, right? At the end of the last one, I was around episode 61, 62, where they were first going over Reverse Mountain to get into the Grand Line. So from there, we go and have a little mini thing with Laboon, and Laboon is good boy. Deserves to... That goddamn whale, I didn't think I would be emotional over a whale. Then we have the Whiskey Peak area, which is a town of bounty hunters. Bounty hunters? Kind of bounty hunters. That are a company called Baroque Works, which is neat, and we obviously continue seeing them. If you know One Piece, you know that. But we also meet Vivi, who is going with the crew, but is not actually a member of the crew. But I really hope she becomes a member of the crew, because that would be really cool, because she is like a really fun character. After Whiskey Peak, we go to Little Garden, where we have the two giants that are like fighting each other, and then they like do some kind of key attack to destroy the sea gate. But this is after we like beat up and defeat Mr. Candleman. Then we get to what is the most emotional I have been with this series yet. Drum Island. Chopper. I met Chopper. And my lord, I did not think that I would get this emotional over a show. But dear fucking lord, I cried 3 times in this batch of episodes. And all 3 of them had to do with Chopper. Because, oh my god, that was just a wild arc. And the thing that like the icing on the cake for me was the speech from Dr. Hiruluk. When do you think someone dies? Is it when they get pierced by the bullet of a gun? Is it when they get ravaged by an incurable disease? Is it when they drink a soup made of poisonous mushrooms? No. You die when you are forgotten. And that just, like, hit really fucking hard. Like, this show, I'm getting close to episode 100. This is up to episode 91, right? There's no reason for this show this deep in. And, like, this is still, like, early game. I'm not even at episode 100, and there's over 1,000, almost 1,100 episodes of this. And this just everything having to do with Chopper's backstory is like a gut punch after gut punch after gut punch. Holy crap. I'm loving this show. I wish I had watched this from the beginning so that I could live this adventure as it's happening and not 20 years after the fact. This aired on Cartoon Network when I was a kid. I could have watched this, but I chose not to. And I wish I did. 'Cause dear God, this show is so... It's phenomenal. And I hear it only gets better. Fuck. and one final piece for this section. Uh, I know Ace is Luffy's brother, but that's all I know about him. And he apparently is waiting for Luffy in Alabasta. So I have that to look forward to. I hope that goes well. Knowing this show, it won't, but I hope it goes well. Now that everybody who is only here for One Piece is gone, I will talk about something that I'm working on as I get ready for bed. So, if you recall, not too long ago, I released a blog, and included in the end screen of that blog, mention of remastering some videos for Jordan. And so I was doing that. And what that was his vlogs, specifically seasons 1 and 2, because they desperately needed the work. Problem is that the camera work and at some point the music just were so bad, like it hurt to look at. Like, okay, you know that effect when you're pointing a camera at a light and you're shaking the camera and you see the streaks of the light? Yeah, imagine that, but multiplied by like 1,000 because you're stuck in traffic. And then Patrick doing that for several seconds straight, intentionally. Give me a little bit of a headache, not gonna lie. But I got through the first major hurdle of that, which was their drive from Houston to Dallas, because season 2 was the first Dallas trip. And yeah, it's rougher than season 1 was. So I'm hoping to not have too many instances of Patrick being, well, to be blunt, a fucking asshole. So here's hoping. Anyway, you can see I'm now in my bedroom, so I am going to go to bed. So where I do not have to think about this in the slightest. There's a lot of cat hair on my bed, dear God. Anyway, good night. Today was just a normal work day. Wasn't really anything too crazy. But it was my first day back after taking that spill down the stairs. But I guess I'm doing okay if I was able to go through the entire workday without any issues. Progress, I guess. But the big thing that I want to talk about is I'm finally working on old VODs again. Slowly but surely working through Xenoblade. At the end of this will be part 13, which is just a few more after that. So after that, there are 17 recorded parts in total, because the recorded parts are a little bit off from what they are on Twitch. A lot of that because of internet cutting out and shit like that. So there are 17 recorded files that I have. So that was 13, so 14, 15, 16, 17. There's only 4 more after this, so we're getting near the end, which is very good, because I am very excited to start uploading Xenoblade 2, because I wonder why. But now that I have that set and going, I'm only exporting them a little at a time, because I don't want to like overfill the landing drive, or the drive that they export to, because I just don't want to overload it. I don't want to run out of space and not have stuff exported. So my plan is to export these, upload them, and then move them to the mass storage drive, and then do the next bunch, rinse and repeat. After that, I'm not sure what is gonna get uploaded. Maybe no, can't be Sunshine. I was thinking maybe Sunshine, but no, I would have to do Xenoblade 2 before Sunshine. I'll figure it out. I'm not 100% sure but I'll figure it out. I have to sit down and look at what still needs to go up. But I'm finally getting caught up, and it only took me not streaming again for chunks at a time. Yay! I like streaming. I like streaming a lot. I don't know why I haven't been, and it's disappointing, to say the least. But for now, I'm gonna go to bed, let those export, and deal with that in the morning. So, just wrapped up the first stream of the DLC of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. It is the game calls it Part 1, the Teal Mask.
Me, who probably doesn't know the difference between like a proper game in Fortnite and fucking like
The
Garter
hidden
Ban Ban
treasure
bullshit.
of Area
Garter
Zero.
Ban. I'm mashing it as fast as I can to catch up.
Part 1, the
Use two
Teal
fingers.
Mask.
You just gotta use 2 thumbs instead of just the one, and just have like repeatedly going back and forth on it.
So Kim, what I recommend, if you're trying to mash your text quickly, hold your controller like this and just pretty much roll your fingers like this on A and B. And basically, so if you recall, Scarlet and Violet are set within the confines of, or the ideas surrounding a event at your school. So the DLC is a field trip. And so we start exploring the area that the field trip takes place in and getting into fights because it's Pokemon, of course we did. And learning some cool lore and, having people overhear us and get mad that we don't tell them what's going on because, that would make sense because communication. It's really stupid that you don't just tell the guy. Whatever. Basically, it's been fun to come back to this game after so long because, honestly, the entire original playthrough was a lot of fun, and now we're having pretty much more. We're having the same group that we had before, and now we also have Kim on the voice call with us. She was playing with us originally and just hanging out in chat. Now she's with us in Discord as well. And pretty much, hanging out, having fun, playing stupid games, and then going off on a huge tangent for a mini game for the last, 40 minutes. But it was a fun mini game, and I would love to go back and do it again. Anyway, I don't really have much to add right now, so I'm gonna just head to bed because it's 3 in the morning, so. I sat down today and I scheduled a bunch of things onto the VOD channel, and I'll pull that up here so we can take a look at that together, because honestly, not everything is going to be out by the time you see this, but that's fine. But I also did want to just let you know, I am going to try to get these out maybe not as quickly as I can, but definitely pretty quick. I remember we streamed the original playthrough of the game shortly after it came out, but it took a while for it to come onto YouTube. It was still releasing in March. So, I want to try to avoid that here with the DLC and try to get them out. Probably not I do still have to wait briefly for it to be able to release because Twitch has a rule where you have to wait at least 24 hours. So if we stream it on Monday, it'll probably be out Wednesday, maybe Thursday, is what I'll try to aim for. But I sat down and I scheduled a bunch of things as well on top of that. Mostly old stuff, entirely old stuff, but that's not the point. I scheduled Xenoblade 1 Part 10 to 13, and then that mess. And you'll notice that these two are scheduled to be the same day. And that's because I that was all one stream. It is split up for YouTube here, but they are both part of the same stream, so I wanted to have them both out on the same day. So I scheduled the Xenoblade part at 5 o'clock, which is the regular scheduled release time, but then I scheduled the Winnie the Pooh for that day a couple hours later at I think 8, so that it comes out the same day, still gives Xenoblade a little bit of time so that there's only like one or two that watch everything, but as the Xenoblade comes out, they'll be able to watch that, and after that's been over for a while, and that's when Winnie the Pooh will come out, and that's good. Gives it a little bit of time to breathe. But that's not till the 8th, which is I think Sunday, so maybe Monday, whatever. But that's gonna be it for today. And because it's Tuesday, that's gonna be it for this week. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Hope you had yourself a damn good one. And I will see you next week.